guys, it's Alexis YT, and today we'll be discussing another probability kind of problem with the Duel Links boxes. Specifically, I'll be tackling the Flames of the Heart mini box. So the mini box actually has a lot of Goki cards, and most of them are rare. So you have Goki Headbat, Goki Iron Claw, Sky Striker Mecha, and Goki Face Turn. So there's a lot of rare cards, and I wanted to know how many packs should I buy in order to make sure that I get all of the rare cards. So first, I will actually discuss the Pigeonhole Principle. Okay, so what is the Pigeonhole Principle? So if you go to Wikipedia, Pigeonhole Principle states that if n items are put into m squares, then at least one container must contain more than one item. So let's suppose you have 7 pigeons and you have only 6 containers. So the worst case scenario is at least one pigeon will go to one container. So that forces one container to contain 2 pigeons. So no matter what you do, there will always be one container with more than or equal to 2 number of pigeons. So either the 5 blocks will have no pigeons and all of them will go to the first container, or only the first 2 container will have the pigeons. So no matter what arrangement you do, there's at least one container with more than 2 cards. So we're actually going to use this Pigeonhole Principle in determining how many packs should we buy in order to get their cards. So in my term, I actually call the Pigeonhole Principle the worst case scenario principle. So this is actually reflected on what I did with my calculations and how I arrived at my conclusion. So what I did is I reviewed the notes, and if you haven't read or watched my previous video, Duel Links actually tells you that you cannot have a duplicate number of cards on each pack, and each pack is actually 50 gems, and each pack can have at least one normal and one rare, or 2 rares and one normal and one rare. So that's the first 2, and the third will always either be UR, SR, or rare. So what I did first is I did the worst case scenario. So what is the worst case scenario? The worst case scenario is if all of your pack contains the first 2 will always be normal and the last will either be UR or SR. So if that happens in, let's say, 10 in a row, and you'll only get normal, normal, SR, and then the next one will be you'll get normal, normal, UR. So that forces you to not get rare at all for 13 packs. So that's the worst case scenario. And then we go on to the next one, which is you'll only get rare on your third card. So it's still normal, normal, rare. So we just do these calculations over and over again until we make sure we all have the rare cards. So one of the assumptions I did in this calculation is that I assume that you'll get the same rare card over and over again. So each rare card has a duplicate of 6. So that means in order to proceed for another rare card, you'll first have to get 6 duplicates of the same card. For example, you'll get 6 Goki Iron Claw before getting 6 Goki Bear Hug, and then 6 Goki Ortho Stretch, and then so on and so forth. So surprisingly, this is rather easy way of looking at it. So this is very simplified, and there's a lot of calculations and probability that will probably do a better model on how to do this. But if you do what I'm saying, if you're putting the Pigeonhole Principle on trying to find out how many packs you have to buy in order to get all the rare cards, you'll actually find out that you have to buy all of them. So you have to buy 100 packs in order to make sure you get all of the rare cards. So I didn't expect to arrive at this solution. Like, I expect to at least I have to buy around 75% of the pack in order to get all of the rare cards. at least, but I didn't actually thought that I have to buy the whole pack. So that was a bit of disheartening. So it, you have to remember, we're actually looking for rare. And it's quite sad that Duel Links or Konami actually promotes Duel Links as a free to play, and some people are saying that even though if you don't put money on Duel Links, you'll still get to be able to get all of the cards and fight in the meta. But that's not really true. You have to grind and get all of those gems. And you have to remember that one mini box contains 300 cards, so that means 100 packs. And each pack is 50 gems. So 100 times 50, you actually need to spend 5,000 gems in order to get all the rare cards. And it's probably worse when you do this in the normal boxes, the Truth Universe. So this has been a very fun project for me. This has been on my mind for a really long time, and I took a long time in order to make this happen. So if you want more of this kind of content, please comment down below and like the previous post that I did, the previous video that I did got around 70 views, and I don't normally get that many, so I'd like to thank everyone who watched my video, and hopefully I'll see you soon. This has been Alexis YT.